This is a short video on how to use the Zoom H2 digital recorder for recording talks at the Toronto Shambhala Centre. This recorder is set up right now to be used with a power adapter. On the back you can also find a battery compartment so that it can be used with two AA batteries. All I need is this recorder and a cable to connect it to the sound system. This cable has a headphone jack on one end and RCA audio on the other end. I'm going to show you how it's connected to the venerable Toronto sound system. First, we're going to plug in the power. Then we're going to switch the unit on. We will get a friendly message showing that the system is booting up. While that's happening, I'm going to connect the audio jack to the amplifier, plugging in the headphone end to the external microphone in port on the side of this unit. So that's plugged in there, and those plugs are going to go onto this rack mount amplifier to the tape out. So that means that the teacher's microphone and the participant wireless microphone and anything else that's plugged into this system is going to be mixed in the usual way and output here into the digital recorder. So the digital recorder, I'll just touch the menu button here, but you can see this is the screen that you'll be greeted with. In order to start recording, I don't have to do very much. All I have to do is press the record button. We'll see that red light start blinking. It's not yet recording. You can see that it's still indicating the time 000, and it's indicating the file name below that. In order to start recording, I'm going to press recording again, and when I see that red light go solid, I know that it's recording. It's important to look to ensure that it's not blinking and that it is in fact solid red light. I can see the time beginning to count up. I can see the file number. If I want to ensure that the levels are correct, I'm going to turn on one of the microphones here. So I'm going to turn on this microphone. Microphone is working. It's a bit dim here, but you may be able to see. Okay, I'm going to press something here to turn on the backlight. Okay, so it's recording, and you can see the EQ as I speak into the microphone. You can see the bars on the EQ moving from left to right. That indicates that the microphone is picking up sound. I'm just turning on the backlight there. If the bars were hardly moving at all, that would indicate it was quite quiet. And if the bars were all the way over to the right, that would indicate it's too loud and the system is not going to produce a very good recording. So you're going to need to manipulate the various knobs of this system to ensure that you get a suitable level. That should happen automatically, but it's something to watch for. Again, the point is that you can confirm that you are getting sound through to this recorder by watching for the moving bars that you can see moving as I speak. When you're finished recording, you can simply hit the record button again, and that'll stop. If I needed to start recording right away, I'd press this button. It's blinking. Pressing it again, it's now recording. You can see that there's a second file, STE001 this time, being recorded. So these files are being recorded onto an SD card that's inside this device. I'm going to remove the tripod base, pop the unit open, and show you the SD card. So I just pressed, just in case you missed that, that clicks in, and it clicks out. You pull it out with a fingernail. And there's your SD card. That can be plugged into many laptops and card readers. Alternatively, with the right cable, you can plug it into a USB port and extract the files that way. The files that come off of this recorder are WAV files, so it's CD quality recording. They're not the same thing as MP3 files. MP3 files are compressed and are much smaller and more portable. Although there's lots of space on this SD card for recording, for distribution of audio files, you'd normally modify these files into MP3 files. So you would do that. I'll show you how that would be done. I had to turn it off and on again there. And I put the card back in. There are two ways to create MP3 files. One is with a laptop. For instance, Apple laptops come with GarageBand software, which is free and will create MP3 files from WAV files. Alternatively, the recorder can do it. It's just a bit slower. So you would press Menu. Now the menu button here gives me a whole bunch of options, and I'm going to page through them. It says below there, select and enter. I'm going to use the select button to page through all these options. When I get to the correct option here, which is, it would be file actually. Let's have a look. I'll hit the record button for select. I'm going to select the first recording I made there and page down to MP3 encode. When I do that, I have some options there. I can use the defaults, page down, hit encode, and it's going to begin turning that into an MP3 file. It'll keep the old WAV file. You'll notice that even though that recording was only 10 seconds long, that it's going to take at least 20 seconds to make my MP3. So if you've got an hour and a half long talk, this is going to take quite a while. That's why you might want to use a laptop and one of any number of pieces of free software to convert WAV to MP3 files. One other thing I'll demonstrate is a method for using this recorder without the audio system, so on its own. Normally I would do this with batteries, but since I don't have batteries loaded right now, I will demonstrate without. All of the things that I've demonstrated up to this point can be done with one hand while the other one holds your cell phone, making an instructional video. So, using battery power, I can use this recorder standalone by placing it next to my favorite teacher. It would be used in the same way by pressing the record button twice until the red light comes on solid. At that point it's running on battery power and is recording to the internal memory. It is worth again looking at those the EQ on the front screen, the bar graph showing the levels. If necessary, I can adjust the microphone gain from low, medium, and high to high with the switch on the side. I would want to make sure that those bars are somewhere in the middle of the bar graph, so that it's neither too quiet nor too loud for the recorder. I think that's everything you need to know. Good luck.